Hello, come by. Welcome back to another Marvel Snap video. That time of the week again where we're going to be looking at decks of the week, as it's the first week of the season. We've got the season pass card and the other series 5 card. We're just going to look at some of the decks that have been performing pretty well with both of those cards. For those that have seen it, these are decks that have hit infinite and have got really nice win rates, high Q rates, whatever, right? They're just decks that are performing well for both the decks. So we'll start with Sam Wilson. We'll have a quick talk about it and then we'll show some decks. So Sam, where is he? There he is. Sam, the season pass card. Honestly, I like this card. I like this card a lot. It reminds me of like what Doom did, Doom 2099, where it's kind of opened up a new type of deck. That being said, I think that one of the best versions of it goes with Doom. Like double cap, double Doom, stuff like that, which I like. I hope there's more cards that synergize with each other, like the Dooms and the Captain Americans do, because it's actually pretty cool. So let me know what cards you'd like to see have like two versions of them, if you will. And yeah, so Cap. So Sam, pretty nice, really interesting card. It's not crazy strong, but it's fun, which is all you can ask for. So let's look at the deck, shall we? First deck is the Scream move stuff. This is probably one of its strongest versions that has a Doom in there. And yeah, like the Doom 2099 goes in so well. There's already a strong deck with Scream Doom stuff anyways. But now you add Sam in there, giving you an extra card in there that you can move around for free to get your Craven bigger. It's just real nice to have an extra card on the board. You could go and put like a Steve in here to help buff up some of your Doom bots because they're ongoing, right? But you don't need to, right? Pretty nice. Next deck. Ooh, where are we? Here we are. Next deck is an ongoing deck. This has got Steve in here as well with Sam. Spectrum is a great card. A great card to go with Sam because Sam is two ongoing cards, right? The shield's ongoing and so is Sam, which is already an extra card you don't have to play. This is on the board for you, so it's already extra. It's a free extra 2 power on the Spectrum play. It's really nice. Yeah, the rest of it's pretty straightforward. Ramona to make stuff cheap with Mr. Fantastic, Iron Man, Mystique, Howard to know what you're hitting on your next turn, so you can play around that. Also a cheap ongoing card. The Spectrum play speed is just incredible. Moonstone, copying stuff, fantastic. Next deck. Okay, this is another ongoing stuff, but it's like the Doom version, right? It's got both Steves and both Dooms in here. You've got Spectrum, because again, fantastic at buffing cards. Super Scroll for any mirror matches. Cosmo to protect your stuff. Armor. I don't really know why the armor is in this version. I guess it's just a ongoing 2 cost. I guess you could have put something else in here, like, I don't know, Mojo. I don't really like Mojo. Yeah, there's not a lot, right? Invisible Woman, you don't really want that. Any other cheap 2 ongoing? Lizard? Nah. Yeah, so it's just for a cheap 2 ongoing. You could go Mojo or you could go Goose, stuff like that, but I guess it's just armors in there for a cheap card. Not too bad. Can also protect you if you get some of these buffed up big enough, if depending on the locations and stuff, right? Not the end of the world. Next up, a certain move. So Sam's in here. It's just you got the move package of Scream, Craven, Sam, Spider-Man, Polaris, Arrow, Magneto, but it's got bigger stuff, right? You got Certain here to get big. Ares, last week's card, get big. Call Obsidian, play on the one drops because you got Sam's shield, right? So you've already got a 1 on the board, and you can, if you've got Sam down, you can choose where you're going to play the Cull by moving it across, right? So which is nice. Heimdall, Arrow, Magneto, all big to buff up Certain. And the last Sam deck is a Zoo deck. I'm not a fan of this, but I wanted to put it in there because people do like Zoo. The problem I have with Zoo is it just doesn't get big enough. Let's be real, it just does not get big enough anymore. Which kind of sucks. Like Gilgamesh can put up some power. Mockingbird is a decent bit of power, but the rest is just too small. Right? It just doesn't get quite there. It needs a little bit more oomph. Right? Because you look at like the Doom stuff. Let's talk Doom 2099, right? Just playing Doom stuff out, not thinking about anything. You can get to 20 plus on each lane quite easily with just like both the Dooms down and a couple of other cards on turn, right? Where for Zoo to do that, you need to make sure you're not filling your board so too much. You've got your Dazzle down, you get your buffs, you've got Gilgamesh, you've got Mockingbird. You need way too much to get to there where Doom stuff can do it without thinking. Same with Surtur stuff, right? Surtur down, Protected with Armor, Cosmo, bam bam, you get 20, 30 power on a couple of lanes, right? So, but Zoo still fits in here, right? Steve, you can buff up the shield. Steve buffs up the ongoing cards a little bit, so it is what it is. And then now we're on to Falcon's deck. So let's quickly talk about Falcon. Where is he? Where are you? There you are. Falcon number 2. This card, I think this card will be good at some point. I just don't think it's now. Don't get me wrong, it's definitely playable. There's cards that it works well with. There's just not enough cards. And being a free cost, makes it really awkward to play into and keep up with the power, right? Again, it comes down to the amount of power you can get out. Like, ideally you wanted to save this and then drop your ones on it on 4, pick them up on 5 maybe, or you put like 2 ones down, up a Falcon, pick them back up, put them down again. Who knows, right? It takes so much effort and thinking and planning that it's just not worth it right now. But that being said, a couple of buffs to bounce stuff and it could be a fantastic card. So definitely worth having in the locker if you need other cards in the spotlight. If not, it might be a skip, who knows. And let's look at the deck, wait. Eventually. Right, so first deck, bounce stuff. There's plenty of different versions around this, but this was one of the ones that had the highest win rates I could find. So I'll put this in here. You got all the bounce stuff, ways to pick it up with Toxin, Falcon, Beast, Hitmonkey to go big, Black Swan so you can reduce them all down to 1-0. Agent Venom brings some of the buffs to a couple of 1-drops. Pretty straightforward bounce stuff. Where are we? Next up, mill stuff. Being able to trigger Hood twice, Korg twice, Yondu. I'm not a fan of the Korg in here. Like, maybe a Nico instead. But, you know, I can understand why. Right? But, yeah. It is what it is. Yeah, and the rest of it's pretty straightforward. I don't know what the Psylocke's in here for. A bit crazy. This is a very weird list I've picked up here. I did not... it is what it is, I guess. Get a bit of extra energy. Another decent card to hit on him, Misery, right? So, like I said, most of these decks have done well, so without really giving them a proper try, I can't understand the cards that are in there without playing those cards, right? But if it works, it works. Next up, Thanos stuff. Again, this is also got Sam in it as well, but it's the Torres, these decks. Stones, they're all ones, right? So you can use them to draw, get the draws out, make Thanos nice and cheap, I guess. The stones don't offer enough, I don't think, to be worth doubling up. Maybe the Thanos, the Time Stone is probably the best one, I'd say, for it. But yeah, you can use it for draws. Like the draws, you can't go really wrong with the draws. But yeah, I'm not really sold on the Thanos stuff. On paper, it sounds good, but did it really do enough? What did he actually do? Draw, location change, Thanos, draw. Yeah, like he don't really do enough for me to make it worth it other than draws. But that being said, draws are freaking great. Next up, Dino stuff with Vicky Hand. So card gens. Torres helps you generate with Hill and Agent 13. You've got Collector in here. I'd run Snow Guard myself in this type of list because it gives 2 cards. So it can give Torres 4, which is, you've got, Torres gives you 4 cards with it. So if you've got Collector down, that is 4 power there. And 4 cards for Dino, right? You could Dino in Snow Guard the last turn and add a bit of power across the board, which is nice. And the last deck for today is a Dark Hawk list. This one's a bit like the mill one we had before, in fact that you're looking to be really annoying with your wands, so you're getting the hoods out, you're throwing rocks at them, you're ice manning them, you're being super annoying and toxic, right? But you've got Vicky Hand in here to buff up the demons, Cassandra, because you're going to be throwing rocks and stuff at them, Dark Hawk, Misery, GM, pretty decent. I kind of like the Dark Hawk with some of the stuff. Anyways, that's enough rambling. Enjoy the video.